Ambush the Game podcast with me, your host, Chris Phillips. I got a quick story I want to tell. This story was sparked by a conversation a friend and I was having, and I thought it was so interesting that all these years later, it was still on my mind, and I could recall it like it was yesterday. So I just want to share it with you guys. Here we go. Years and years and years ago, I am 51 now, and this event happened when I was 11. I was just a kid. Let me set it up. I was walking to the corner store, but the corner store is in the projects, and right down the center of the projects is a main thoroughfare, 6th Avenue North, to be exact. And a lot of people, when they're coming off that exit, that's where it lets you off at, right through the center of the projects. It was a main drag through downtown. Anyway, I was standing at the light to cross the street to get to the corner store, which was the Project Corner Store, George's, for anybody that knows what I'm talking about. It's like, it's the Project Hangout, it's a little corner store. But I was just a boy. I was going there to get a little sandwich bag that we used to call a potluck. About 35 cents back then. And it had like an assortment of candies and maybe a cake in there. So anyway, I got caught at the traffic light to cross the street to get to the store, which was on the same main drag that I was talking about just a second ago. When this couple, amongst other cars, got stopped at the light. It's a white couple. Looked to be in their mid-30s. I remember vividly, she was in the passenger seat. Her left hand coming across her shoulder and hitting the door lock. So this is before, when you put your car in drive, that the doors automatically lock. This was, back in the day. So you could, your doors were unlocked until you locked them. That memory was burned in my mind. Even at 11 years, it's burned in my mind. Even at 51 years old now, I still remember that and the effect that it still has on me today. 40 years later, and I can see it crystal clear. An 11-year-old, in their minds, posed a threat. You could tell that they were terrified that the light caught them. Maybe it was the projects or where the area was unsavory that had them afraid, but I was the only person out there. There was nobody else on either corner. Just me. 11. And they locked the door because she thought that I would do something. Retelling this story, I'm thinking, and I'm frowning up right now because it's still disturbing. I don't know what they thought that I would have done at 11. Maybe some of you guys sympathize with them, empathize, or whatever the case may be, whatever the right terminology is or the right term is. But don't lose focus of the fact that I was a kid. As I've grown and now have two sons of my own, one 25 and one 21, those things have a little bit more meaning because I'm wanting to keep my kids out of those type of situations. I don't want my kids to have to witness that or be a part of it or get that same feeling that I got and have it stay with them for 40 years. It is important that we keep in mind the things we say and do does have an effect on the people we say them and do them to. Would you not agree? Now, I don't play the race card, right? But I don't want to just label it that, but I don't know what other term would fit better, right? I almost feel like it wasn't that, but I don't know what else it could have been. Could have been fear of the area that they were in, I'm sure. And me being the only black face right there, they associated me with that. But not understanding that, hey, I'm in that situation because our finances are such that we can't be in a better place. I would love to have grown up in a more affluent area and have access to all the things I wanted. But I didn't grow up that way. Being that the case, I still shouldn't have been looked at or viewed the way that they did or the way she did. And I'm gonna tell you, when they got caught at the light and it turned green for me to cross, I was trying my best not to look at them and just hurry across the street. And I did. But I could feel them blue eyes watching me every step I made, watching me as I crossed that street. And I guarantee you, when that light turned green for them to go, they stepped on it. I went on inside the store, but even as I walked back to the project building that I came from and enjoyed my little snack bag, my potluck, I thought about it then, and periodically over the years, I've thought about it more, to the point just a few days ago, decided to share it. To the couple that locked the door, just know that you affected me in a way that made me a whole lot more conscious about what I do and what I say, and to be more deliberate. I know you will probably never hear this, and you may not even remember, whatever. Now, don't get me wrong. I can and do say some crappy shit sometimes. But if there's any situations to where I'm out of character, typically that's not what I want to do. That's never where I want to be. And you guys helped me get that way. So I took something, as they say, a negative and made it a positive. I guess I'm trying to spin it. Point being, shit happens. And it affects people. It changes people. And sometimes somebody else's ignorance could lead to enlightenment for someone else. And you guys have made me a better human being. You also made me more caring and more mindful father to my sons, to watch what I do, what I say, how I move forward, what they see, and kind of to a degree to controlling what they see so they wouldn't have to have experiences like this to hang on to when they hit 51. I hope I have done a great job of preventing them from seeing this type of stuff. I know I won't be able to shield them from all of it. And I hope they won't have to share these type of stories or experiences with their sons, my grandsons. But just know, if you're not a racist, I'll probably say, okay, yeah, you're not a racist, but you probably have some deep down embedded tendencies that may make you look like a racist to someone on the outside. But you tell me what it is that I experienced and how should I have interpreted it then and now. And then tell me, why am I still thinking about that little 11-year-old boy? Why did he have to see that and have it seared into his mind? But I am a better man and I'm a whole lot stronger. Thanks to that couple. Take a whole lot more to break me. Anyway, we must all learn to do better. We must all learn to do better. Do better. Ambush the game.